everybody, it's Christine. I'm here to do my update for hashtag on the booktube shelves book for May, which is If You Only Knew by Kristan Higgins. So, my thoughts. I'm really not liking Rachel that much. I think she's a flake, but I'll get to that in a minute. So we're up to the part where Gus has helped her clean out her van with from the kids puking because of too much ice cream. So then Rachel and her husband Adam go to a counselor, a marriage counselor, to try and make it work after the affair. And he swore up and down that things have been, he can't get rid of her from the office, he can't change his job, but he has stopped seeing Emmanuel. And so then he kind of makes it into Rachel's fault. The affair was her fault because she doesn't have time for him. Well, she popped out 3 kids at once. That in itself is time consuming. Triplets are time consuming, and he does not help at all. And that really irks me because he expects her to be perfect, and he wants the porno sex that he's getting from Emmanuel because she's not doing it, because she actually fell asleep during one of their sexy times. And he blames her for that. Well, if he'd actually take a step back and look and realize that taking care of 3 kids plus a household is a lot of work, and she's tired. So then she decides she's going to, well, okay, she's friends with the man who's getting married, Mrs. Brewster's, and that's along Jenny's storyline, her son Jared. So her and Jared go out for lunch, and Jared works with Adam. So they end up going back to the office, and Rachel decides, okay, I'm going to just surprise my husband and see, because things have been going okay. She's been giving him the porno sex and stuff like that. And she walks in, and they're making out. So then she says, you know, I want a divorce. I'm leaving. I'm done. And he threatens her. And that's not. I really don't like Adam. But I do admit that Rachel is getting a backbone, but she's trying too hard to be Miss Perfect. And I'm sorry, but nobody's Miss Perfect. So, yeah, her storyline's a little bit grating to me. So then her sister decides, you know what, I'm going to take the girls, and you go and treat yourself. So she goes, and she's been doing this search, Google search, on this one hotel called the Trifecta Grand. So she decides, okay, I'm going to go for a weekend. And then she decides she's lonely because she's not used to being without the girls or anybody around her. So she calls Gus and makes a supper date with him just for something to do. And she's going to make it crystal clear that she is still married to him. And that's as far as you get with Rachel's story. Jenny's story. I really do like Jenny. She's kind of flippant. But we start off this section with her taking Leo, rushing to the veterinary clinic because his dog Loki is having a seizure. And they find out that, everything's okay. And while she's waiting for Leo in the veterinarian's clinic, her dad's former mistress is there with her animal, and she doesn't recognize Jenny, but Jenny knows who she is. So nothing really happens with that. And then when she brings Leo home, Leo kisses her. So then she thinks, oh, maybe we can have something. And then he continues to tell her, nope, I'm just recreationally. So then Jenny is helping Jared's fiance pick out or design a dress, because she's a wedding dress designer, sorry. And Mrs. Brewster, Jared's mother, is pretty much telling her that dress won't do. I don't want my friends to think or to know that my son's marrying a slut. Okay, because she's got pink hair and tattoos, that makes her a slut? No. So she's trying to cover up the tattoos, and Mrs. Brewster says, you need to have a dress like mine was. It was simple and beautiful, and yeah, no. I think you're trying to live your son's life through, or live your life through your son's fiance. And she hates her. She just, his fiance is trying so hard to be nice to Mrs. Brewster, and Mrs. Brewster is just making it very difficult to even want to be in the family, because she's one of those highfalutin country club people that, no scandal, no nothing like that. And her son is a little bit older than the girl that he's marrying. So I kind of feel bad for the girl, because she can't even make decisions about her own wedding, because Mrs. Brewster is pretty much telling her what she can do and what she can't do, what she can wear and what she can't. And I think that's just so wrong in a wedding or a marriage. That's the last thing my mother-in-law would ever do to me. Tell me how to do stuff like that. So yeah. So then Jenny takes the girls. I don't think. Oh no, they go to her former husband's. I wouldn't say a housewarming party, but it's a party at their house, her former house. And she brings Leo, and Leo brings Loki the dog. Oh, Loki pukes on the floor, and so she cleans it up. Jenny does. But Leo kind of drinks a little bit, and he gets very doesn't want to talk, doesn't want to even be there. He wants to be there, but he doesn't, sort of deal. He wants to go with Jenny, but he doesn't like the fact that Owen and Anna Sophia are keeping Jenny in their lives and trying to almost, as Leo puts it, they're trying to keep Jenny in their lives to make it okay for what they did. And that's Owen not wanting a baby, and then meeting Anna Sophia and getting married and having a baby within a year. So Leo doesn't like Owen at all for that fact. So on the way home, they bicker, and she says a couple of mean things. He says a couple of mean things. And you kind of just want to slap him, because he doesn't want to be involved with her, but then he's telling her that she doesn't need to be involved with her ex-husband and his new wife, which I can see. It is an awkward thing. But then, he had kissed her and then says no, he backs off. And then the last thing he says is, well, yeah, I was married, but I don't want to talk about it. So Jenny's dealing with watching the three girls, and they're angelic the first day, and they are little terrors the next day. They're smashing stuff. They're throwing chocolate chips around. They're banging each other with wooden spoons. It's hilarious. And that's pretty much where you leave off, is them eating spaghetti and meatballs and making another mess. And she's got another 2 days to deal with it. So, like I said, I don't like Rachel too much. I think she's just trying too hard to be perfect, and it's not perfect. It really isn't perfect. And Jenny really needs to get over Owen. She needs to either tell Leo, okay, if we're not going to be anything, then you can't kiss me. Stuff like that. But the two people I also really don't like is Adam, because he's making Rachel giving Rachel all the blame when it's him doing it. So what I want to see to the end of the book is Adam getting put in his place. He needs to be told that he can't do this stuff and blame her. It's not her fault. When she's got all this burden on her, and he's not helping at all. Like when it's his turn to make supper, he just makes Kraft dinner, because that's just easy. And she only likes to give the kids Kraft dinner when she's had a rough day, and that's all she can just struggle through to get done. So he really isn't helping at all. So I want to see him get put in his place. Leo, I want to see what Leo is keeping secret. It just seems that he's keeping something hidden, and I want to know why he's so standoffish, and then sometimes he's hugging her and thanking her and kissing her, and then the next step he's taking a step back, and I want to know why. And then I want to see how the wedding takes place with Mrs. Brewster. I really want to see her put in her place. And their mother, my sister-in-law, the one that's from hell, is exactly like their mother. She has to be the bigger person. She has to have the biggest car. She has to have the better house. She has to have the better boyfriend. Um, she's not happy unless she's seeing everybody around her in grief and hatred and anger, and that's what she gets off on. And that's the way their mother is. She's not happy unless somebody else is in a worse place. And she makes it sound like her marriage was also great, and then you find out that no, it wasn't. Um, her father, in fact, cheated on her mother, or their mother, sorry, and it wasn't so perfect. And then, so yeah, I want to see where all these storylines go. I honestly, I can't even come up with a guess, except for maybe Rachel divorcing Adam and maybe becoming friendly with Gus. I'm hoping that happens. And obviously, I'm hoping that Leo and Jenny get together. But I want to know why he's so standoffish. So, that is my take on the book so far. I am liking it, and it is a very quick and easy read. So, I believe Elisa and Alana had traded places. So, instead of Elisa being tomorrow, it should be Alana. Don't hold me to that. Because she's moving and stuff like that. So, I'm pretty sure Alana is doing the next update, and that's to page 353, and that will be June 3rd. If that changes, and if Catherine's doing the next update, I will, of course, let you guys know. So that is it. I hope you enjoy the book. I know a lot of people just flew through it. And yeah, I'll probably finish it this weekend. So I hope everybody has a wonderful day. And all the links will be below to the other girls. So I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.